Yeah, hello guys. Good evening, people, and welcome back to the Football Fans Zone with your boy Timber Banks. And guys, on this evening show, we're going to be talking about water transfer, and there's a video I want to react to very, very quick. And it's the same guys as you know, Mark Gobridge. I don't know sometimes if he's just posting videos, just because of the revenue, posting videos just because of he just wants clicks and views because the hypocrisy in the Premiership is just on another level, honestly. Now, this is the thing, man. I've seen so many people talking about Julian Alvarez. They've been talking about Julian Alvarez. And by the way, the deal is not really, really as done as yet, you know. But I've seen people coming out to talk crap. People have come out to say how they believe that Julian Alvarez is not worth that money. Some people even said that Man City paid Atletico Madrid to buy Julian Alvarez from them. Like, is it that how stupid can you be to come up with a stupid statement like that? So basically, what somebody was saying earlier is the money came from Manchester City, which means Manchester City gave Julian Alvarez out to Atletico Madrid for free, and it's crazy for me. First of all, you have a player like Julian Alvarez who has a current contract with Manchester City till 2028. Like the contract he has currently with Manchester City Football Club is until 2028. So make it make sense, guys. Like, how have people come outside to make themselves look so stupid saying that Julian Alvarez is not worth 82 or 81 million pounds? Because one thing is this, and people are not getting the facts straight. The fact that it said it was 81 or 82 million pounds or thereabout does not mean it's a fixed price. The 82 million included add-ons. It included add-ons. So basically, that deal might have as well be 60 million, then the rest plus on add-ons. Now, when you know these people are just stupid, you know, Rasmus Hoyland, who was a second striker for Atalanta, scored 9 goals. How much did Manchester United pay for him? Because we all know how much Manchester United paid for Rasmus Hoyland. Now, that is for any Manchester United fans that want to talk rubbish. Antony is another one. How much did you guys sign Antony for? Was Antony worth that amount of money? Was he worth that amount of money? Harry Maguire, how much did you guys sign him for? Casemiro, how much did Man U sign him for? You know what? It's a disgrace that people will come outside and talk crap. They will talk crap to suit a stupid agenda they have against Manchester City. Now, just look at this clown here. You know, sometimes it pisses me off how this guy goes around disgracing himself. Because basically, what he just did there is him disgracing himself. Like you are saying that what a joke. Alvarez 80 million deal is a joke. It's mad. But I would love you guys to just watch this and see all the bullshit this guy has to say. And the worst thing is that he has some deluded clowns that will actually take his side. It's already the case after all. You will see how the deluded one that will take his side, that believes that he's speaking Fact.
Football, two big footballing stories for you this morning, and the first one is an absolute joke. We will be talking about what Chelsea's manager has said about selling Conor Gallagher, which backs up what I said yesterday to all those Chelsea fans who were moaning. Your manager agrees, but let's start off with the big breaking story. Atletico Madrid are going to pay £81.5 million for Alvarez, and you're telling me the Premier League ain't broke, that football ain't broke. It's always bloody Man City. It's an absolute joke. It's just not.
This guy is crazy, man. He's very much crazy. So it's a joke for Manchester City to sell Alvarez, a player I believe is far better. He is far better than Marcus Rashford. He is far better than Rasmus Højlund. He is far better than Zexi. Like we're here talking about Alvarez as if he's just a bomb. Like, guys, Alvarez will start for most teams in the Premiership. If you think I'm lying, tell me which club Alvarez does not start for. Name me one. Name just one club that Alvarez will not go there and walk in straight to their first 11. Because he walks in straight to Arsenal first 11, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Newcastle. And like I said earlier, and I wouldn't change my mind, I still believe Julian Alvarez is a better overall player than Erling Haaland. And that's his honest truth. He is a far better player than Erling Haaland. And so, what does that got to do with you? You are a Manchester United fan. Why do you believe selling Alvarez to what's his name, Atletico Madrid for £81 million? It's a joke. A player has a contract. His remaining contract is still till 2028. 2028. That's like another 5 years more. No, sorry, another 4 years contract he has with Manchester City. 4 years. So when you see a player that has 4 years in his contract, you should know that that player will not, you can't get him easily. You cannot get him easily. You have to pay enough money to get him out of the club he is. And that is what Atletico Madrid have done. But because all this guy wants to do is just run an agenda, run a narrative that Manchester City are probably funding the deal. Just make it make sense, guys.
Not fair. Like, they are so far ahead anyway, maybe because of the 115. We'll find out about that. Let's not upset them too much, but we sort of need... look, I'm not here saying if you're not guilty, you should get found guilty, but for the good of football, Man City need their wings clipping because they're flying high like a juggernaut. They're getting £80 million for their backup striker straight into the football club, huge profits, gets reinvested on better players. You can't compete with that. You cannot compete with that. And whether you think it's fair or not, Man City are selling their bench striker for £80 million that they can reinvest that huge amount of money back into their squad.
Now, he's saying Manchester City are selling their second, a backup striker for £81 million. If you hear what I just said earlier, that same player you're saying is a backup striker for Man City will start in every Premiership team. Honestly, he would start in every Premiership team. And that is honest truth. Now, this is a Man U fan. I've given you instances of 2 signings you guys signed. And I want you also to explain to me, is that not a lot of money? Rasmus Højlund, £72 million. £72 million from Atalanta. A striker that only came in and scored 9 goals in his first breakthrough season. Man, you went and spent 72 million pounds on him. Anthony is another one. Anthony. How much was spent on Anthony? 85 million pounds. Because I don't understand how people come with agenda, and you don't first of all go do your research first. Big up to you, United Israel, big up to you. You don't do your research first before you come outside and make yourself look so stupid. How are people criticizing a player that has a contract with Manchester City? Because if you understand, this player has a contract with the club, another 4 years contract with Manchester City, another 4 years contract, and he wants to leave the club. Obviously, the selling club has the power. The fact that Atletico Madrid are ready to pay out the money is because they see him fit, that they need him in their team. So I don't understand where is all this stupid statement coming from that is not worth 70 million, 81 million pounds. Because it's not like they are splashing out 81 million pounds at once. There is add-ons also included in the deal, of which some of those add-ons he might not even get to meet those add-ons because nobody know what is on the add-ons. Some add-ons are difficult to be met. What's his name? Um, Anthony Marshall at Manchester United. There was a clause that was on his contract that if he wins a Ballon d'Or, they are going to give Monaco a certain fee, a certain amount of money. It did not. We saw Chelsea with Osimhen. Napoli said if Chelsea gets to play Champions League football, if they qualify for Champions League football, then they have no other choice but to sign with Osimhen. So sometimes when you see deals like this, it does not mean the deals will go through. We have seen clubs buy players for stupid amount of money. Kai Havertz, how much did he went for? 65 million pounds. Kai Havertz went for 65 million pounds to Arsenal from Chelsea. Mason Mount went for 55 million pounds. And all these guys are better than these guys. Alvarez is better than all these guys I mentioned now. He's better than Rashford. Better than that Darwin Nunes. Liverpool signed Darwin Nunes how much? I think around 100 million euros, if I'm not mistaken. 100 million euros. 85 million pounds. That was what Liverpool signed Darwin Nunes for. Like, it's crazy how football fans cannot just drop sentiment aside and just watch football. Let's watch football, understand the game. This one I've come outside to just said it's a joke for Man City to get 80 million pounds for Julian Alvarez. They signed him for how much? 14 million pounds. He has come to the club. He has won so many things. He's a player I believe he should be playing more games. But he is not getting the game as he wants or expects. So he's leaving the club. Atletico Madrid comes in to do a deal. Then people want to talk crap. The hypocrisy in English football is crazy. If I'm being honest with you guys, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man U, they've got no fucking right to be saying anything about Alvarez, about Manchester City getting 81 million pounds for Julian Alvarez. They've got no fucking right to say 18 because we have seen them spend money on useless players that became rubbish. Antony is one of them. Like for Manchester United now, Antony is one. What's his name? Paul Pogba is another one. Harry Maguire is another one. Rasmus Højlund. So where do you think you have the audacity to be saying something about Manchester City getting money for getting how much for this thing. It's crazy, man. Because once again, you also want to think the structure of the deal. How is the structure of the deal being done? Because for me, I honestly believe there's a possibility that the contract is 60 million, then maybe 21 or 22 millions on add-ons if they are able to meet the add-ons. So all the all backlash I was seeing online of people saying talking crap. Let me just go through the comment section. Let's see. Now look at what this guy is saying. He said, "What a joke! Two clubs have decided to agree a fee for a player. Like, imagine this guy is deluded." Now, this is an interesting question. Why is this? Why is it a joke? Alvarez is 24 years old and proven on world stage. He has proven it. He has won everything there is to be won. So how is it a joke that City are getting much money, such money for what's it called? Now somebody's asking you, you paid 80 million for Harry Maguire, and the honest truth. Now look at what. Look, thank you. He said there. Mark was talking about Rashford being a 100 million player, and even this summer worth 70 million. Yet Alvarez is overpriced, apparently. Like, it makes no sense, man. This is the problem I have with Manchester United fan base. I haven't saw one page talking about how Scott McTominay is worth 40 million. That they will not accept anything less than 40 million for Scott McTominay or 30 million. You guys need to just get it into your brain. That guy is a bomb. You know, but I don't want to just dwell too much on this thing because this guy is just a prat, man. He talks crap. And United is really saying that Julian Alvarez maybe very much. I think Atletico Madrid should pay 70 million. No, I think they've agreed a price on 82 million. They've agreed. But I think that price, there is add-ons that stretch the deal. There's an add-on that made it up to what's it called? 82,000 million. This is not just an ATAR that you know is going through pains that Manchester United cannot sell players for such amount of money. That is what it is. That is what it is. That is what it is for me. Then Ugarte day off now. We should for Fana is 30 and we get in for 35. I will be happy. I'm going to be talking on Fofana as well. Now, look at what United Address said. They said Julian Alvarez is a very good player. He can play cam, right wing, striker, left wing. But I don't think he is 80 million. It should be 70 million. Like I just explained to you, I can tell you for a fact that that deal was 60 million plus, 60 million at max. What made it to be 82 million pounds is add-ons. It's add-ons. And I'm sure those add-ons will be very, very difficult add-on, whereby it will be very difficult for Atletico Madrid to be able to, do the get the add-on into the meet the add-ons. Honestly, it's going to be a very, very difficult add-ons. And like I said to you guys, I said the deal is not concluded as yet because they've agreed, but it's not concluded as yet. No agreement has been made, no signing has been made. Now this is going from Fabrizio Romano. It says here, as explained on Monday, all three deals are connected. Samu Omorodion will go to Chelsea and Conor Gallagher will join Atletico Madrid only if Julian Alvarez signs for Atletico. Negotiations are still ongoing. Julian and Atletico on contracts terms, no green light yet. So all these ones, people are already doing what's it called? Banging their head against the wall. Against the wall. The deal has not even finalized yet. There's still a possibility that this deal will break down. Now, this is what it says. People hyping to Kvaratskhelia who have 15 GA, but People don't be hyping Erasmus Oiland. Same. One thing you need to understand is United is red is this man. Courage Kelia is a winger. Rasmus Hoyland is a striker. Rasmus Hoyland is a striker. Courage Kelia is a winger. Those are two different things you need to put into consideration here. One is a striker and one is a winger. And it is totally unacceptable for a striker to be scoring 10 goals. 10 goals in how many games he played. It's crazy. You have a player like Julian Alvarez coming from the bench, playing as a midfielder, scored 19 goals. Is it 19? I mean 13 goals and 11 assists. No, 19 goals and 11 assists because his GA was 32 last season. Coming from the bench, playing as a midfielder, not even a striker, as a midfielder. So sometimes we need to stop this stupid agenda we want to push, or narrative we want to push because it makes us look stupid at the end of the day. I just mentioned so many players here. I've mentioned for Man U, I've mentioned players for Arsenal, I've mentioned for Liverpool as well. That was signed for a ridiculous amount of money. Richarlison went. How much did Tottenham got Richarlison for? Tottenham got Richarlison for £65 million. And today, is he even playing like a £65 million player? The answer is no. It does not. He doesn't play like a £65 million player. So this doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. And I don't understand where people believe they have the audacity or the right to criticize someone's transfer. But like I said, let's move on. Let's move on. Let me just touch on this Julian Alvarez yet again because, like I said, the deal is not done yet. It has not been concluded as yet. So this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, and it says here, talks continue right now between Julian Alvarez agent and Atletico Madrid. No agreement yet. Julian received 10 million. We received 10 million net salary proposed from PSG in the recent weeks, and talks over salary at Atletico and now crucial step. Gallagher Amorodon also waiting. So basically, for this Amorodon deal and Gallagher deal to get done, Alvarez have to join first before they move to the next uh, transfer. Before they move to the next transfer. So it is crazy, guys. But moving on to the next one, I want to touch on Coman because Plattenberg are here again talking. Uh, Plattenberg, he says, what is he saying? Alvarez should not go to PSG, and I believe he will play football in PSG. Yet again, Colomwani went for 100 million euros to PSG. 100 million euros. That was what Colomwani went for. 100 million euros. And yet, Julian Alvarez is a better player than Colomwani. So what are people saying? Now let us move on. This is coming from Plettenberg. And it says here, FC Bayern are now open to a loan deal of Kingsley Coman with an obligation to buy. PSG still interested in Coman with ongoing talks. PSG informed about the option of a loan, not advanced yet. No final decision. More inquiries for Coman on the table. Contract valid until 2026. Let us see if he's going to make a move as well. Let's see if he's going to make a move because right now everybody are just in the market trying to just get a player into the club. Now, this is coming from I don't really trust the source, but anyway, we're going to react to it. And it says Manchester United are set to submit a second bid for Matches Delete and Mazuri imminently, and it's coming from the Independent and Man U men. So it will be very interesting to see what ends up happening if Man U are going to go back into making a deal happen for these players. And we saw a breaking news coming from what's his name, David Oyston, and it says this Dumfries won't does not intend to discuss new Inter Milan deal until market closes. 24-year-old favors exit, keen on Manchester United, but only possible if one Basaka rejects one back. If only possible if one Basaka rejects West Ham and won't swap at present offer. Okay, yeah, because I know that I knew very well that Inter Milan offered Dumfries a swap deal for Dumfries and Aaron Basaka. So that would be very interesting to see. Do I think yeah, Aaron Basaka will be willing to do it? I guess we'll have to see. And double bid for with the leads, £55 million and Mazui 70 million, both combined £72 million. And that is a good deal. That's a good deal. But I guess we just have to just wait to see if that deals also gets done. Now I want to touch on this one. I want to touch on Plattenberg because Plattenberg sometimes is a German journalist. So when it comes to German source or German news, it's kind of the best to go around with. And he says here, he says from buyer perspective, the offer from Manchester United for Manchester Elite is not sufficient to proceed with the deal. The two clubs remain apart on the transfer fee. Bayern still demand 50 million euro plus bonuses. Then in negotiation for Mazui are more concrete at this stage, with with the transfer fee expected to be at least 25 million in all. Still waiting for Aaron Basaka and West Ham. So basically, what everybody is doing in this transfer market is you sell, you buy, you sell, yeah, you buy, yeah. You want to get this player, you sell this one to buy this player. That is what everybody is doing this in this transfer window. And this is why the transfer window is so slow. That is why it's so slow. And this is also coming from um from Kicker. Bayern Munich have reached an agreement in principle with Bayer Leverkusen to sign backup Jonathan Tah. However, Bayern cannot complete the signing of Tah with Manchester United is sold to Manchester United. That's the only time they can complete the deal. You can see. So it's basically not just England alone. Everybody wants to sell a player to buy a player. That is what everybody wants to do. And breaking news, guys, from Fabrizio Romano, it's official. It has been done, and everything has been secured. Uh, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Finally, and Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. Here we go. After last night, exclusive news on his green light to Atletico Madrid, there's okay for his club to his move from clubs. 5-year contract at 42 million euros as fee to Chelsea for English midfielder medical booked on booked Wednesday. So basically, it's a done deal. He has joined Atletico Madrid. It's a done deal. And United is already saying something here. Let me just check what it said. It says, people says nowadays winger don't have skills like Neymar, Ronaldinho, Bale, but people forget players like Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, Garnacho, Rodrigo, Doku, Jamal, and many more. Understand why people say that. One thing is this, man. If I have to be honest with you, um, if there's something Pep have done, Pep have key football. It changed the the dimension of football, system of football. It's all about system right now. We don't get to see those individual brilliance anymore. Where you see one player take two people on the run, beat his wingers. You know, the other day I was watching Rubio, and I saw what Rubio was doing to defenders, man. So we don't get to see it anymore. We don't get to see that individual brilliance anymore in football. Or remember what Jack Grealish was like when he was at Aston Villa. What is it right now? You can as well call him a flop. We will get the lead and Mazuri next week. I hope so. I hope so because you guys really need to bring them into the club because you can't go play in Man City with Harry Maguire and them. Honestly, you can't go into that match playing Harry Maguire and them. Honestly, because you guys are going to get battered. You guys are going to get battered. Now, this is what I said. Latest come from Fabrizio Romano. Like I said earlier, I said the deal is still on the standby on the stall for what's his name. He says that the current contract from Atletico Madrid is not what Julian Alvarez expected. Negotiation are at a tense point. He has to accept the contract from Atletico Madrid, otherwise everything could collapse. That's why I said earlier. Atletico doing good business. I agree with you, man. They are doing solid business, man. I'm not even going to lie. They are doing a proper business. Atletico Madrid are doing a good, proper business. They are doing a good business. They brought in Soloff. They brought in Kanagalaga. They brought in what's his name? Um, Soloff, Kanagalaga. They brought in Lee Nomad, and I've forgotten the fourth player. I've forgotten the player. But they are ballers. They are good players. Um, the real debate goat is Fabrizio, or for me, I think it's David Oyston. I'm sorry. I used to like Fabrizio Romano. I used to believe Fabrizio Romano was very good when it comes to transfers, but of late, man, is dropping, man, because he does PR now. He does what this year. People invite him to show, pay him money. He will just talk about transfer business and blah blah blah. So he's not really active anymore. These days, you get to see him taking clips from here, giving them credit and everything. But before, we know him. He sought out news for himself. But moving on, Plattenberg, yet again, this is coming from Plattenberg, and it says here, West Ham are also monitoring situation of Martin Umes. You know, West Ham United considering to bring in one more experienced central defender this window. Hummels is on their list. A late attempt from West Ham is not excluded. Instead, Bologna have withdrawn their offer for Hummels as per Dimasio. But it is possible that Hummels will end his career. There are corresponding thoughts, but no final decision as yet. Yet, I still believe he's a good player, man. I will take him at Real Madrid, honestly. Honestly, kids. No, nobody's enjoying football anymore. That's what I'm saying. We're not enjoying football because football now is not all about what's it called now? System. It's robotic. West Ham cooking for sixth place. Yeah, they are doing well, and they are really looking to bring in signings, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And the latest on Nico Williams. The latest on Nico Williams, and this is coming from a Baka Raid. And it says that Justin has reported in previous tweets, Barcelona sources do insist that Nico Williams cannot yet be ruled out, despite the video this morning. Behind the scene, there is a hidden and silent plan, even though it's complicated. Now, this is why I believe. I still believe this guy is going to end up at Barcelona. For some reason, I honestly believe he will end up at Barcelona. Because for me, Nico Williams, there's only one place for Nico Williams, and I think it's either PSG or Barcelona. But now this is coming from Marca in Spain. Coming from Marca in Spain. And this is what it says. It says Nico Williams will not be joining Barcelona or PSG. The saga is over. He's staying at the club. But like the previous article I just read says, there might be something going behind the scene. And if there's one thing we know about football, it's already this case. Sometimes there are signing clubs we bring into the club. You don't understand when the talks were being done or were being made. So I guess we just have to just also wait to see how this pans out, if the deal will end up happening or not. I guess we just have to wait. Time will tell. Time will tell. And this is just coming from Ben Jacobs. Coming from Ben Jacobs, and it says here, Manchester United are considering a move for Atalanta midfielder Ederson as an alternative to Manuel Ugarte. So that will be interesting. Which means if they since they cannot get Manuel Ugarte, they will go for Ederson. And for me, I think that's good enough, man. I think that is kind of like fair. I think that's fair. Since they cannot get what's his name, so they might as well go for somebody else. So this is something you would expect the previous regime handling the club should have been doing. So it's very interesting that actually they've been linked to other player. And I think somebody was saying it earlier. I don't know if it's United is ready. Was talking about Ederson as well. You know, he was talking about Ederson. What else can we talk? Okay, yeah, Kimmich. I want to touch on Kimmich because I thought Kimmich was going to go to PSG. Now, this is coming from Plattenberg, and it says here Joshua Kimmich has rejected the possibility to join Paris Saint-Germain in August. PSG have informed FC Bayern about their concrete interest to sign him, but Kimmich said no. Bayern informed about his decision to stay. First talks, first positive talks about a new contract beyond 2025 have started now. Bayern needs to find a solution as they won't lose him for free next year. With a suitable offer, they would have to sell him this summer. A concrete extension with salary waiver is now conceivable for both parties. However, it is not. It will not be decided in short term. Honestly, I was thinking it was because I have so many friends, so many Barca friends telling me that come on, they will come to Barcelona. It's coming to Barcelona. You know, I, I kept saying, I said, you guys don't have the funds to do this deal for this guy. They don't have the funds. But they believe that yes, it's coming, it will come, it will come. That's what they kept saying to me. But right now, it has been explained that they've got no cash, they've got no money to do that deal. They've got no deal, man, no funds to make that deal happen. But I'm sure there's still a possibility about we can see Nico Williams still go to end up at Barcelona because I don't believe Barcelona is still interested in Nico Williams. But moving on, like I said, Bayern Munich have agreed the deal with Jonathan Tah, just that they're waiting for the list to leave. This is kind of Plattenberg. It says here it's 25 plus 5 million between Bayern Leverkusen and FC Bayern for Jonathan Tah, as reviewed in our show, and now confirmed as per Steven Volknox. As soon as Matthias Delete will join um, Manchester United, Bayern will finalize the deal with Tah. Verbal agreement is done. Contract valid until 2029. So basically, Bayern Munich are still expecting United to drop the money so that they can also pursue their own deals. It's crazy how everybody are depending on everybody right now. It's crazy how everybody's just depending on each other. And finally, guys, let me break it up to you guys. Finally. It's a year we go for. It is a year we go. It's a year we go for Julian Alvarez coming from Fabrizio Romano. He says Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid. Here we go. Deal in place for this 75 million euros fixed fee plus 80 and plus 20 on add-ons. You see what I was saying earlier? I was saying it earlier. I said there will be add-ons on the deal. There will be add-ons on the deal. Now, this is what it says here. Alvarez and Julian have accepted the proposal for 5 years after talks with agent today. Man City signed Julian for 14 million pounds and is now record sale for 95 million euros. I think that is the club sale. That is the club sale for Manchester City. They are doing well, and please, people should not sleep on these guys. Don't sleep on him. Nowadays, football right back, left back, not good as defense, but very good at attacking. And why that's what I'm saying. You blame Pep for everything, man, because he's one that he did all this crap. Now Nico should join Manchester United if Sancho and Antony gone. I don't think so. I don't think you guys have the money to do a deal for a player like Nico Williams. It's going to be very expensive. And I don't think he wants to come to United. I think where he wants to go is Barcelona as well. Ederson is good. If we go in for him, I am happy. Ederson source. I think it was coming from Demasio. Kimmich, not good. Not joining PSG. That's good. I don't think he will leave anyway. Ederson for 30 or 30, 40 million will be good. I don't, maybe probably 30 million euros or 40 million euros, then that would be a good deal. But if you're talking about pounds, I don't think Manchester United will be willing to pay that much for him. I honestly don't think so. Because when you are trading with caution, they are being very, very careful. They don't want to overspend. And I understand. I truly understand they don't want to overspend. And that's a good thing. I've spoken about Kimmich. And there have been talks of, what's his name? Al Nassr wanting, what's this guy's name again? They've been talking of Al Nassr wanting Anthony. I don't know how true is it, but I saw it. But I from the Central Devils, I don't believe there's a possibility to happen. Honestly, I don't believe it. Those are what you call bullshit, man. But moving forward, this is another news. Manchester United are in for Fofana. They are in for Fofana, and they say it's coming from a where is it coming from? Man UFC. I don't know this source. Manchester United are now looking to beat Milan in move for Yusuf Fofana. More to follow. But I guess we have to wait and see because we're not going to know the big ups to you, big ups to you, my G, big ups to you, big ups to you. We're not going to know the end of the G, eh, the end of the this talks, except the article or the contract is finished. So that will be good to see. And this is coming from Plattenberg. Yet again, Plattenberg is coming out to say this. And what he's saying is this. He said, yeah, being told that Manuel Ugarte would like to join Manchester United as is keen on their project, but there is still no agreement in sight between Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester United in terms of transfer fee. There is still a huge gap, but the clubs remain in contact. Atletico have also inquired about him in recent weeks, but now they are finalizing a deal with Conor Gallagher was pushing for Ugarte last summer. So this is basically saying that there's a possibility that Manchester United could still sign Manuel Ugarte, despite the fact that they walked away. There's still a possibility whereby they might still go back to for him to sign him. But I guess we just have to just wait and see what end up happening on that one. I guess we have to wait and see what end up happening on that one. But moving on, this is coming from Telegraph. You know, Onana have sent out warning to the Manchester United players and Manchester United fan base. Onana, it says here, Onana has told Manchester United supporters to brace themselves for a season of intense risk taking. It's what you are going to see because I will take a lot of risks. Risk. I can tell you in advance already. Be prepared because it's going to be this season. Trust me. Oh Lord. I can't wait for this one, man. I just can't wait for this one. I just can't wait for this one, man. Talking about risk. One thing is this, man, that is what they bought him for. That is what you actually bought Onana for. Risk taking. He's a ball playing goalkeeper, so that is what you bought him for. So it only makes sense. I agree with what he's saying. But they don't have the players. Where the problem is. Manchester United would be prepared to pay £20 million for Sander Berge. Like I said earlier in the morning, I said I don't know anything about Berge. He plays for Burnley, so I can't really tell you anything about him because if I tell you I know a lot about him, I'll be lying. I know absolutely fuck all about this guy. I don't know a thing about him, so I won't come here and start blabbing crap. I know nothing about him. So let's move on. Let's move on. I want to touch on Victor Osimhen. I want to touch on Victor Osimhen. Then it says new talks took place in the 48 hours between Chelsea and Napoli for Victor Osimhen to discuss the formula and payment structure. Then it says source with knowledge of the negotiation indicate Chelsea don't want to pay beyond 60 million euros. Napoli have asked for at least two players, Romelu Lukaku and either Chaloba or Kasaide, as well as around 80 to 90 million. Like, what the fuck are these guys doing, man? Like this, I don't understand, man. So you want Lukaku, you also want Chaloba, then you want 80 million euros for who? For this bomb. This guy is crap, man. It's crap. Chelsea will be very, very stupid to do a deal like this. They will be very, very stupid to do a deal like this because that guy is not even worth it. I'm sorry. They'll be very, very stupid to do a deal like that. They'll be very, very stupid. So I don't think that will even happen. I do not think so. I don't think that will happen because come on, Osime is not. It's not that thing you guys are thinking. People are talking about. It's not. Now let me just go back to Solanke. Made in the stream with Solanke. So it says here, Tottenham started exploring deal for Dominic Solanke last week as exclusively reviewed. Is on the short list and we well informed on the release clause around 65 million euros. Initial stop took place. Bournemouth still hopes to keep Solanke. Now, this one thing is this, man. This guy is a good player, honestly. But it's a disgrace that people are man, people can talk crap, man. People can talk rubbish. People were actually telling me that this guy will not start for the top six teams. People were like someone was saying to me that he will not stop, he will not start for top six teams. It's mad. Honestly, it's mad. Coming from Telegraph, and it says here from James Docker from Telegraph. Yeah, it says here Manchester United had hope to offload Casemiro this summer, but there has been no takers for the Brazilian. That is the hope you guys have that have killed you guys, because most of them were believing that no, we just go around, we ship him off to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia buys crap. Saudi Arabia is where you go and dump crap. So they were expecting Saudi Arabia to come in with full force to come and take Casemiro, but they got all disappointed because they went in another direction. So that's a good thing to see, though. I love the fact that they're not going to allow anybody to take them for a ride. I love it. I love it that they will not allow anybody to take them for a ride. I love it so much. So That's all for me now, your boy Tamabas, guys. I just hope that tomorrow something breaks. We are also going to be reacting to it. Whatever happens, we are going to be reacting to it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night. Bye for now. Arrivederci, guys. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Adios.